Welcome to the second part of notes on how to measure angles. We're going to start with postulate 1.8. It's the angle addition postulate. This is very similar to the segment addition postulate that we did in the earlier section. It says if point B is in the interior of angle AOC, so I need to place point B in the inside of that angle. Then the measure of angle AOB, which is this angle, plus the measure of angle BOC is going to equal the measure of the entire angle, which is measure of angle AOC. And this should make a little bit of sense. For instance, if I have some random angle here, and I'm going to use my same points, A, O, C, and then B is in the interior, and I say that the measure of angle AOB is 32 degrees, and the measure of angle BOC is 21 degrees. Then you should know that the measure of the complete angle is going to be 32 plus 21, which is 53 degrees. Now let's start with example 6. We want to find the measure of angle RQS and the measure of angle TQS. And the only thing that we know is the measure of angle RQT is 155 degrees. Well, if you started this earlier, you may look at this problem and notice that we're missing some information, and I apologize for that. I forgot to put that on your notes. But you need an expression that represents the measure of angle RQS. And the measure of angle RQS is going to be 4x minus 20. The measure of angle TQS is going to be 3x plus 14. So I apologize for that. Alright, I do want to use this 155 degrees somewhere in my diagram. And that's the measure of angle RQT. So it's the complete angle. Which means if I add this angle plus this angle, it should equal my total. And that's exactly what we're going to do to solve for x. Alright, let's go ahead and simplify by combining like terms. On the left-hand side we have 4x plus 3x, so I get 7x. And then I have negative 20 plus 14. That's going to be minus 6. We add 6 over. I'm just going to continue my work right up here. 7x is now going to be equal to 161. One more step. We have to divide everything by 7. So x is 23. Alright, but the problem says find the measure of angle QRS. So I need to plug 23 back into 4x minus 20. So instead of 4x minus 20, I'm going to put 4 times 23, then minus 20. You can just simply type that in your calculator, or do it on your paper. That would be better yet. You're going to get 72 degrees. Now let's go ahead and find the measure of angle TQS. Again, x is still 23, so instead of 3x plus 14, we're going to have 3 times 23. Take that product, then add 14. You should have 83 degrees. Now a good way to check your answer, 72 degrees plus 83 degrees has a total of 155 degrees. which is what our problem originally stated. So we did it correct. Example 7. The measure of angle DEG, so that's the complete angle, is 115 degrees. And the measure of angle DEF is 48 degrees. Can we find the measure of angle FEG? That's this one. Well, sure. You know that each individual part, 48 plus x, needs to equal our total. So we have one step. We need to subtract. 115 degrees minus 48 degrees is going to be 67 degrees. So when you write it out, you're going to put the measure of angle FEG equals 67 degrees. Last example. Now my note sheet I know says, or your paper says example 8. Up here my PowerPoint says number 1. That should be number 8. Alright, so we have ray KM bisects angle JKL. Now think of what bisects means. Bisects, if you're going to bisect something, you're going to cut it in half. So I know then that JKM must be congruent to angle MKL because I cut them in half. Now the measure of JKM is 4x plus 6. And the measure of angle MKL is going to be 7x minus 12. We want to find the measure of angle JKM. Just that one right there. Alright, you do not have a total degree given, so the only thing you can do is set them equal to each other. And that's exactly what you want to do. Whenever they tell you something is bisected, and since we know that the angles are congruent, their measures have to be the same. This is going to be 4x plus 6 equals 7x minus 12. Okay? Now there's nothing to combine on the left-hand side or the right-hand side. So we're going to go ahead and subtract 4x over. This leaves me with 6 equals 3x minus 12. Now let's bring the 12 to the other side by addition. And I have 18 equals 3x. So I want to divide everything by my coefficient of x, which is 3. And I get x equals 6. But I'm not done yet with the problem, because the problem wants to know the measure of that angle. So the measure of angle JKM is going to be 4x, but in place of x I'm going to put 6 plus 6. 4 times 6 is 24 plus 6, so I have 30 degrees. And I'm done. If you have any questions on any of these notes tomorrow, please come see me.